Hey guys, it's Donna, and I'm back to share with you this recipe that I had started working on, and it's for blueberry scones. And what I want to tell you about this recipe is that it is not regular flour, bread flour, or whole wheat or anything like that. It is all gluten-free and organic and non-GMO. So what I'm using in this recipe, which I'll put the recipe in the description, I had started videoing and then something happened with my camera, so right in the middle of it, so you're seeing it as I've got everything in there except for my cream. But to this mix, instead of regular flour, I am using buckwheat flour. And I'm going to be doing another video just discussing the buckwheat flour and then my other flour that's in there, which is called Teff. And Teff is an ancient grain flour from Ethiopia. And so I'm trying this out because there are so many people that are subscribed to my channel that have to do gluten-free. So I thought, okay, gluten-free isn't going to hurt anyone. In fact, it may help them. So I decided that I would make up this recipe using the gluten-free flours, and we'll see what we get here. Now, in the bowl I have 1 cup of buckwheat, 1 cup of Teff. I have 3 tablespoons of pure cane sugar, plus I have 2 tablespoons of my baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt, pure sea salt with nothing in it. And then you mix all that well, add your blueberries, which I use 2 cups of blueberries dusted with the buckwheat flour. And to that mix, after I've mixed that together, I added 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice and then 2 beaten eggs. Now I've already added, I just added my half and half, which was 1/3 of a cup, but I'll probably have to add slightly more because this is pretty dry and I don't want it to be super dry. So I'm going to add just a touch more. So that'd probably make it about almost half a cup. So you just use your judgment and how you want to work it. Because you don't want it super dry, but you don't want it all mushed. Okay. Okay, I need to add more. And I'm hoping these will come out so tasty and yummy. Our neighbor had to be gotten up early this morning to help us because my husband had a delivery of this huge bandsaw. And of course, trying to get that off there, having had back surgery, he's not supposed to lift, bend, twist, anything. So we had to have him come over and help get that up to the house. So I'm hoping these come out well and I can give him half of them as a thank you for what he's done. So now what I'm going to do, I've got that all mixed, and blueberries are kind of, they get kind of, you know, when you're mixing them, but all we're worried about is the taste. So now I've got my cutting board here, and I'm going to move this there. And I'm going to take there was a reason I had that there. Okay. And I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit on there. Now, for this, when I roll these out, I always wear gloves so that I don't make a huge mess on my hands and not be able to get it off. But we'll see how they come out. And then I'm going to get them into a 400-degree oven. Okay. Now we'll see how this does. Like I said, blueberries kind of turn everything blue or gray or purple. And doesn't affect the taste. It's just doesn't look as pretty as you would like. But we'll see how they come out. And using these different flours too could probably make a difference. So I'm going to take that off of there. Okay. Okay. Now I do not like to mess with quick breads or something like biscuits or whatever because of the leavening. And I want mine to be light and fluffy, so just getting them out here, patting it out, and then I'm going to cut circles today. Usually when I do scones, I do triangles, but that can get super messy, and I'm wanting to just show you guys how to do this. You can do it different ways, and I always try to get some flour onto my cutting thing. And we'll see how many I can get out of this. And like I said, I am cutting these and putting them in the pan. And I barely even messed with dough. I've just basically took it out of the bowl and put it on the board. And we're going to see what we get here. And like I said, the blueberries can make the dough look horrible. Right now they look like a gray blue almost. It's just kind of weird looking, but if they're good, it's worth it. And that's what we're hoping for. So far I've got 9. I know I'm going to get a good dozen, maybe more. I had that one wrong. I'm just going to kind of pat that one together. Okay. I think I'm going to get at least 15 on this pan. No, yeah. And as I said, when you mix blueberries, sometimes they can just look, it's kind of like, you know, what is that? But I'm looking at the taste, and I think the taste is just going to be awesome. Now I got something in there that shouldn't have been there. Oh, okay. Now, when I'm getting about I'm going to get 20 scones out of this recipe, so that's great. So we'll see how they do. Maybe 21. Yeah. 21. So I'm going to get those in the oven. Now, if it had been me, I was following a different recipe but changed the recipe to what I wanted. I adapted it to what I wanted. But if it had been me, the very last thing to go in there would have been the blueberries. Because I have found that when you put the blueberries in last, you don't have as much trouble as when you put them in the middle. So that's heads up for me when I do it again. So we're going to get this pan into the oven, and I'm going to bake it for about 10 minutes and see what I get at 400. Okay, now when I bake biscuit type things like scones or biscuits or even other breads, I generally bake it, when they're like this, I generally bake them at 425. But I'm going to do 400 and see how it comes out. And I'll be back as soon as they're done so we can see how they came out. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and get these 6 ready to go in the oven. See you soon. Hi guys, I'm back. And I got 6 of them out of the oven. And they baked up beautifully brown on the bottom. But as you can see, they look kind of a blue-green because of the blueberries. But I already cut one and put butter on it. It is delicious. Yes, it's different. It's a little drier. So what I would probably do is add a little more of the liquid to take away some of that dryness. You could probably use a little bit of vegetable oil, or use some 100% pure maple syrup or whatever, even just a little water to help make it a little more moist. But I can't tell the difference between this and what I normally make. They're absolutely delicious. When I first tasted it, it was kind of like, oh, it needed a little bit more sweetener, like the sugar, like another tablespoon of sugar, but it doesn't. After eating a few bites, this is absolutely awesome. The color may look funky, but they are delicious. So I hope you guys will try this recipe, try these products. And as I said before, I've got another video I'm doing right after this discussing these 2 products and how you can use them and how they're safe for people like us. So until next time, guys, we'll see you soon.